There's always that one element, that one aspect to piece everything together, that one factor which pushes that being over the edge, that one extra influence allowing you to achieve a decisive victory, that one component that makes a being whole. In the world of Pokemon, that component, it'd probably be one's ability. The ability of a Pokemon can make all the difference within the hot, steamy heat of battle. Because of this, I have decided to devise my own steamy abilities that could potentially, crank the heat up in future hot and steamy battle. I don't even know what Pokemon would have these abilities. I don't even know which ones would need the extra incentive for you to actually use them. I don't even know how OP they would turn out to be. Now, it's not within my power to test these out in the actual games. I'm quite offended. You would even think I could do that. That would suggest that I'm some kind of Poindexter who knew how to program and code. What do you think I'm some kind of tepig-picking dork? Settle down now. I can see the fear in your eyes. Just settle down, it'll be fine. It's not like I'm gonna suggest an ability you'd give to Shuckle, where it transforms into Mega Rayquaza upon exiting its shell. So pipe down, children. I mean, it's inevitable. You will all of you will pay the ultimate price for your sins when that day arrives. But pipe down, I'm not going that overpowered on this. Now, if some of these abilities already exist in some form, then...
Oh, jeez, I sure am sorry.
New Pokemon abilities. Brought to you by Max Repel. Keep the filthy casuals away. Oh, yeah! Are you tired of those pesky hazards? Don't you just hate having to jam that rapid spin into your moveset? Our survey says 7.8 out of 10 trainers can't stand getting spikes jammed right up their candy asses. Well, Arceus has answered your prayers with the housekeeping ability. Hazards trying to fuck your shit up? Well, with the housekeeping ability, you can get that weak shit out of here, you fucking pansy. We're changing the game. We're putting that Anthony Sullivan jabroni and his line of bullshit cleaning products straight out on the market. Cause now you can clean house in just one turn. Keep your floors tidy from stones, spikes, toxic spikes. Our users had this to say:
Catching that Pikachu has never been so easy.
The twerps never knew what hit him.
Disclaimer. Team Rocket are fictional characters and therefore not sentient beings and are incapable of providing an authentic judgment of this ability. User discretion is advised. When I was coming up with abilities suitable for this video, I came up with an almost genius, almost revolutionary idea. The idea that there would be a possibility for normal and fighting type moves to hit ghost types. It's genius. It's foolproof. It's unprecedented. It's scrappy. It's fucking scrappy. It's already a thing. But then, a stroke of genius crossed my mind once more. The almost genius, almost revolutionary idea of ripping something off with this completely original idea for an ability where psychic moves can hit dark types. Maybe call it supernatural or clairvoyance. You know, something that sounds like a title you'd give to yourself if you were a self-proclaimed psychic planning on ripping people off. Many items within the Pokemon series tend to get a bit neglected. Everyone's too busy using life orbs and styling and profiling their Pokemon up with choice scarves, bands, and even shades. While in comes the addiction ability, whereby the effect of held items are increased, giving the player an incentive to actually use specific items. Berries will heal more HP, stats will increase with enhancement items such as charcoal or black sunglasses. Life orbs will deal more damage, but will take even more of a toll on its user. I completely doubt it's gonna get the name Addiction. Hell, the game can't even have slot machines, or else it gets a higher age rating, let alone something even remotely hinting towards drug abuse. Look, come on, Peggy, you've gotta keep up, you're just between us two, like keeping it low-key. All the kids, all of them are doing drugs these days, cause it's the coolest shit, like haven't you seen 420? Like from the meme? All the kids are smoking 420s these days. Repping the niche, vaping it up, getting with the times, bro. Gotta get with the times. On many occasions, things tend to get thought about too much. People love to overthink things. They love to overthink anything. Myself definitely included for anyone familiar with me in this channel at all. But regardless, I fully understand that some of the best things around are the simple things. And this ability is kept nice and simple for you, just like the ability it's based on. That ability being Intimidate, where the opponent's attack is lowered, which made me think, how in the hell has this not been done for special attack? Like some kind of intellectual intimidation. An ability known as intellect, maybe. If I run into someone with 5,000 IQ, I'd be too afraid to let a single word escape from my mouth, because if I do, this guy, he's gonna see right through me. Don't you understand? Don't you get it? He'll have me all figured out. The jig is up. He'll know I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, I say stupid shit all the time, but only when I'm surrounded by people who are too stupid to realise how stupid I am. It's just, I can't do shit to this guy. You can copy an enemy's type, move, even their identity. From what I understand though, you can't really copy their stat changes. And if there's something you can't do in battle, well, that leaves plenty of opportunity for a nice new ability. If someone's looking to bust a move and increase their attack using Sword Stance, you could get in on that action. They're trying to bust out the worm, well you could bust out a goddamn moonwalk and upstage their stat boost and have it for yourself as well. This should only work if the Pokemon equipped with this ability is out while the stat has been changed. So in other words, you can't just switch in straight after your opponent decides to go for a beefy, spicy little shell smash and take in all of that double attack hype. You'll have to be armed with your wits to anticipate when to switch in as a stat changing move is going to be used by your opponent. However, this is a two-way operation, so any kind of stat decreases your opponent is faced with, you're also faced with, just to balance things out a little bit. Call this ability Replica, or Replicate, or any kind of synonym of those. I don't know, just go read it down, Thesaurus. Treat yourself with some respect. Educate yourself. Unfortunately, for all who are normal, all who are slow, and therefore all who are Snorlax, there's no actual way to defend yourself against a move which gives the opponent priority, unless you out-priority them with your own priority move, which is most likely not likely because they're using their own priority move to clean their plates and you are the leftovers being scraped off of that fine china dinnerware. With priority moves, you can knock out your opponent way too quickly. You wouldn't even get the chance to give them a warm glass of milk and cookies before it's lights out. Because of this, there should be some kind of ability which defends the normal, which defends the slow, which stops your opponent from cleaning their plate. No, with this ability, you're gonna make them eat their damn greens and then smash their damn plate, ruining an inviting candlelit dinner using the move you otherwise wouldn't have been able to have hit if it weren't for the Hinder ability, which removes the effect of priority moves. Another potential ability I've considered is one I'm simply gonna put as the ability known as Heavyweight Champion of the World! Or just, or just heavyweight for short. Because what does weight influence? A couple of moves? A couple moves? Why not have it make more of an impact? Because quite frankly, I find it hard to believe a fucking Den has any kind of a chance at physically damaging an Onix. So maybe the heavyweight ability leads to decreased physical attack damage for the opponent, or maybe increased defense, assuming they weigh a certain amount more than who they're facing up against. If it were me adding this ability to the game, I'd have to let super effective moves bypass this ability. After all, Hitmonchan, for instance, weighs around the same amount as Jackie Chan's torso. Yet, it should still be able to remind rock types exactly what time it is and clock the shit out of them.
when things are looking bleak, when your titties have been twisted far too many, when your front man has been given the 1-2 and he's down for the count, you may be in dire need of an Avenger. Gifted beings suited for supernatural combat, beings bestowed upon with the ability Avenger, resulting in instant priority when switching in after your man gets KO'd. Avenge your fallen comrades, counter those dastardly sweeping tactics, deliver the first strike, deliver your enemies into retreat, and deliver your team onto the path to victory with an Avenger.
This next ability I've devised is an ability which provides a stat increase when your health is on red alert. Now, I haven't really decided which stats, but I've narrowed it down to speed and attack. Speed and attack being the only relevant stats in this case, which would allow you to deal a final blow to your opponent before you receive yours. A speed increase, however, may be too overpowered depending on who would get the ability, so perhaps it only provides a boost for one turn for one final strike. Now, the name of this ability initially was going to be Final Stand. However, I just couldn't handle the war flashbacks. All the PTSD attacks from the many years ago playing Call of Duty. This makes me triggered! As a result, I came up with a far more fancy name in the coup de grace, which I totally didn't get from a quiet Irish lad who's fond of his Lego and clubs. Remember in Mario Kart, there was that thundercloud item that passes on to you if you crash into a person holding one. I mean, I don't remember shit. You must have been at least 5th place to get an item like that. You're fucking casual or something? Well, based on that, I thought of an ability which I would call Transfusion, where status inflictions are removed from you and passed on to the opponent if your opponent hits you with a physical attack. You may get knocked out in the process, but you will have the last laugh, because this is what you planned on, what you schemed for. Yes. Like someone stealing your drinks when you're out somewhere, but you think to yourself,
You fools! That was my piss!
it'd make for some interesting plays, don't you think? Switching out predicting the status infliction move to set up for a lethal dose of transfusion later on. You think some kind of brelum is gonna come in and give you them fast hands, give you the Stockton slap? First you're a casual, now you're a fucking puss? You gonna take that kind of disrespect? Either way, they're gonna receive the final dose of disrespect, as transfusion allows your Pokemon to be a sentient heroin needle. This Sunday! Sonic Underground performs live in front of 7 billion Hulkamaniacs in the center of the Superdome, with supporting acts Crush 40, 9 Inch Nails, and Linkin Park. Coming out this Sunday, Sonic Underground DVD Blu-ray Adventure DX Extravaganza Battle 2 and Knuckles, containing director's commentary over each episode.
We are Sonic Underground. We're looking for a scroll that belongs
My wife
to
left me for this.
And exclusive interviews with the cast members.